Finally. If only we could have flown with the wind to get here faster. Do you sense one of your friends, Hoodle? Maybe something's going on in the forest.
What are those out in the valley? Windmills? They're huge.
They're most likely used to harvest wind astral energy, so they have to be big.
All of you, stop right there! Don't move!
They have us surrounded.
Who are you? Where did you come from?
You first! Show yourself!
I'm the one asking the questions here. Don't try anything funny. One wrong move, and I guarantee we'll blow you away.
What are you...
My name is Alphen. I came here from Calaglia.
Alphen? The wielder of the blazing sword?
Getting pretty famous, isn't he?
Here is my proof. Will that suffice? Or do I have to burn down one of those houses to make my point?
No need. I believe you. I'm Beifong, of the Darkwings. Sorry for threatening to blow you away. We're still hunting down the remnants of the enemy forces, so everyone's more than a bit on edge right now. Please forgive me.
Remaining? Wait, you mean you already took down the Lord of this realm?
That's right. We took her weapons and turned them right back on her.
Are you the Danon leader here in Niez?
Nah, I'm just one of the commanders. Deadeye's the one who runs the show. I'd be happy to take you to him. Just one problem. The Renans. Seems the rumors you were running with them were true. You do understand, right? I mean, we only just liberated the city from their kind. Everyone's short on trust. And for good reason. Especially Deadeye. I think it'd be best if those two waited outside.
Not going to happen.
I don't think it's a good idea for us to split up. It's too dangerous.
Then it's on your head, friend. Our base is that way.
You could have left me behind, you know.
This isn't just about you, Dohalim.
Ah, yes.
I guess even after you beat the Renans, your work's only really just begun, huh?
Yeah. This place seems like it's got a lot of issues to fix. Not this way, I guess.
So you're elfin, are ya? Thought you'd be bigger. Huh. Guess the armor beefs you up a bit. You've got a lot of people talking, you know. But in this town, I call the shots. You play by my rules here. Just remember that. Gotta say, I didn't expect you to run with a gang of women and kids. Those other lords must have been real pushovers, huh?
Seriously? Are you this rude to everyone you meet?
Don't interrupt me, you brat. Didn't your parents teach you any manners?
Why, you?
So you're the one who took down the lord of this realm, huh? How'd you pull that off?
We just swiped the Renan's explosives. And then we blasted them all to hell and back.
Explosives? That's a pretty bold approach. But how'd you manage to avoid hurting your own people?
I didn't, that's how. But the chance to take out a lord was worth the sacrifice.
And the Lord? What did this sacrifice earn you?
Unfortunately, we couldn't manage to finish her off. But now we've really got the girl on the run.
She ran? A lord?
Yeah, the lady was just a coward. She had a whole lot more bark than bite, that's for sure. She's probably hiding off in a hole somewhere. But not for long. We'll find her and drag her right back into town. Then she'll get what's coming to her.
I wouldn't be so sure. She may run, but she'll never go quietly.
Shut up, Bright Eyes! I would have run you through already if you weren't with the blazing sword here.
The whole reason you're fighting is to free the Danans in this realm, is it not? If
Shut
so,
your
then—
mouth, witch! That's enough! If you're really fighting for us Danans, why keep these bastards around? Why haven't you killed them already?
I'm not going to kill these bastards.
Oh. Is that the case, huh? Then tell me the point of this show.
They're my friends.
Friends? Renans are Renans. The scum-sucking bastards who've been draining our souls for 300 years now! But you know that. Maybe it's 'cause you and that little lady are friends and more.
Son of a... You'll pay for that!
That's enough! Deadeye, you know that was completely uncalled for.
All of you, get the hell out of my realm! And don't ever come back! This is Danan's realm and it's ours, understand? I call the shots here. And I make the rules. I do, Deadeye, leader of the Dark Wings!
Yeah! Deadeye! Liberator Deadeye! You are the true leader of this realm! We're not afraid of any Bright Eyes!
It's only a matter of time before I throw every last Bright Eye out of this realm!
The Dark Wings! The Dark Wings rule!
Hey, wait up! Told you so, didn't I? You should have left your Renan pals outside.
You don't agree with him, do you? I could tell by the look on your face in there.
That's how things are with him. He loses his temper, then I step in and calm things down.
Better you than me.
If that's all, I think it's past time we were going.
Look, I just wanted to apologize for what Deadeye said in there.
At least somebody's got some manners around here.
He didn't used to be like that. But, well, that's what losing most of your loved ones will do to a man. He may never forgive the Renans.
It's a little ironic how indistinguishable his manner is to that of a lord.
Hey, Bayfon? Deadeye mentioned the Lord is still on the run. Any ideas where she might be?
We looked all over, but found no traces of her. We heard some rumblings about activity in Estaluva Forest, but that's it.
Estaluva, huh?
Wait, you're not going after her, are you? Certainly won't win you any favors with Deadeye.
This isn't Deadeye's war, and we're certainly not fighting it for him. Besides, it's like Shion said, her type isn't going to go quietly.
Hey, it's your funeral. Don't say I didn't warn you.
We'll be sure to keep you out of it. Before we set out, though, is there anywhere around here we can rest?
Sure. Building at the end of the road, opposite side. It's all yours. We use it as temporary lodging, to house people who don't have a new place to live quite yet.
We're not going to run into any trouble there, are we?
Rumors of a certain fiery sword have spread fast. I doubt anyone will be eager to give you guys problems. And here's where I say my farewell. You're on your own, but good hunting.
Before you go, how come you don't hate the Renans as well?
Oh, believe me, I've got my bone to pick with the Renans. Just not with two of them I've never so much as laid eyes on before.
Let's head on over to that lodge. We'll figure out what our next move is there.
I get the feeling Deadeye signed up to be a rebel, so he could have a rooster rule. Heck, he's no better than a lord. In some ways, he's even worse.
I know. How could he use explosives on his own people?
And yet, despite the toll of his actions, none of the Danans we've seen seem to question his assumed authority in the least. If anything, they may well consider him a hero, which would say a great deal toward how deeply they resented the Renans here.
Still, I don't think this is as simple as saying the good guys won out over the bad ones.
Yeah, I don't either. Deadeye might have managed to drive the Renans out of Niaz, but that doesn't make the way he did it okay. No matter which way you look at it.
A victory that's earned by throwing away the lives of his own people? No, that isn't a victory at all. I can understand that the Danans here are standing up against their oppression, but that doesn't mean they have to humiliate all Renans just to settle the score.
I'm perfectly able to stand up for myself, Alphen. Besides, I'm used to it by...
But you shouldn't have to be, Shion. It's just... What I mean to say is, when you've been a slave for so long, it's easy to accept that's how it should be because it's all you've ever known. Constantly being belittled is no different. I don't think that's fair. For me or for you.
I just don't know, man.
Don't know what?
Deadeye managed to drive out a real live Renan lord. That's incredible. And he seems to have a lot of supporters surrounding him too. But he's got an attitude worse than any angry Zoogle. Plus, Niaz is in utter ruins. I don't have a clue what his game is.
The Renans are powerful. And because of that, it takes a strong leader to have any hope of toppling them. However, when you take down one dictator only to replace them with another, ultimately it's just business as usual.
If it'd been Zephyr instead of Deadeye, I don't think things would have turned out like this.
Rinwell!
Yeah, I think so too. Zephyr did things differently top to bottom. He's not the kind of person who would have forced his own views or decisions on other people. When you do that, you're ruling over others, not leading them.
To be honest, I don't know what I would have wanted my dad to do if he was in that position.
Law.
The whole thing feels weird in a way. It's a weird kind of feeling, but at the same time, part of me also feels happy. Deadeye and my dad are two very different men. For now, I'm content knowing that.
What's wrong? All right.
What the...
Hmm?
Hey.
Yeah!
Good.
All right!
The city is liberated, and yet the air still hums with fear and anxiety. It reminds me all too well of how Vicente once was.
Hums? You mean like music?
Yeah, none of this sounds like music to my ears. In fact, I've never seen any Danans with musical instruments in my life.
You don't need instruments to play music. It can emerge naturally from the sounds of people going about their day and the hustle and bustle of life.
You seem to care a lot about music, Dohalim. I didn't know that about you.
Have I not mentioned it? Before I was a candidate for the lordship, I had my heart set on the life of a musician.
You? A musician?
Indeed, music enriches the world around us. I trained day and night to hone my art. Words could not describe my bliss, as my notes carried with them the sights and sounds of nature, the ebb and flow of time, and the thoughts of people on the wind.
Dohalim.
Forgive me. My loquaciousness can get the best of me at times.
Don't apologize. It's interesting hearing what Renan culture is like.
Even though the Renans destroyed all of our arts and culture.
Personally, I was interested in the music of Dana as well. The fact that generations of lords deemed music to be of no use to their slaves and outright forbade the ownership of instruments is lamentable. Not that my words can undo the damage already done.
Hey, if we find anyone who needs help here...
I know. We'll make sure to ask what's wrong.
That Deadeye creep certainly has a few screws loose, that's for sure.
Forget that guy. Right now, we need to discuss how we're going to proceed.
What's there to discuss? Deadeye and his crew have already brought down the Lord here. Just let them finish her off.
I want to go after her.
I second that. I think it's the best thing to do right now. We don't know if the Darkwings have what it takes to beat her. I'm worried what'll happen if we leave her to her own devices.
You make a good point, Rinwell. And maybe I'm just being overconfident, but between us and them, I think we have a better chance at defeating her.
I have to agree. This realm isn't going to be truly safe as long as that Lord is still running around out there. We need to act.
Fine by me. But isn't Deadeye just gonna take all the credit once we're done?
Our job is to break down the walls that oppress Dana. What he chooses to build in their place, that's his problem. For now, we'll head to this Estaluva forest Bayfon told us about. Whatever we decide to do, though, we should take some time to rest first. We've barely stopped since Menancia. Where are you going?
Alphen.
You should get some rest. What's got you up at this hour?
Just let me be for a minute, okay? Why don't you go back to the inn?
I will when you do.
Have it your way.
Shion. The Lord's days are numbered. I haven't forgotten our promise. You can trust me, you know. Maybe even lean on me a little. If you want.
And if I say I will you finally give it a rest?
Yeah, of course. Try to get some rest, okay?
What was all that about?
So we're just going to check things out, right? In whatever that forest is called.
Estaluva Forest. Next time, pay attention.
Got sand in my eyes!
The winds are strong here. Mind yourselves.
Ugh, even the inside of my mouth is all sandy.
Poodle, don't get blown away, okay?
The winds outside the capital are blowing as strongly as ever.
You can definitely see why people call this place the Valley of the Four Winds.
Indeed, Mahag Sar is the realm of wind, just as Ganeth Heros is for water.
Earth, water, fire, wind, light, and darkness. Rena is aligned to darkness, leaving each realm one element each.
Is that because some elements are easier to gather in certain areas than others?
That is certainly possible, but I suspect the biggest reason is to prevent the lords from squabbling over resources.
Funny. You would think infighting would come naturally to an elite class vying for a crown.
True, but the Renans rule as a minority. Fighting ourselves would just be destructive. Though, as you saw in Menancia, any abstention from fighting is merely a facade.
In the end, you all get usurped whether you like it or not.
That may be true, but something tells me that this time is different.
We have to catch up to the Lord first if we want answers. Let's keep moving. Oh?
Yes! Very nice.
Is that so? You don't say.
How?
I see.
Hey! Sure.
Nice work.
Oh?
Very nice.
Well?
Yes. What?
What?
I don't believe this.
All right?
No.
Sure.
Really now?
Yes. What?
What?
Very nice. Yes.
Well, that was a huge miscalculation.
Yet you've drained your glass all the same.
What is that ring of rocks over there for? They don't look like they formed naturally to me.
Oh yeah. Funny, I guess I've gotten used to weird rock formations. They didn't even register as being out of the ordinary.
Most likely, they were brought over by us Renans when we first invaded the planet.
Wait, those? So does that mean there's some kind of machine then? And if so, what in the world were they even used for?
To manipulate the properties of Dana's astral energy.
Really?
Think about it. Isn't it strange that the type of energy each realm collects is so fixed? Astral energy by nature isn't meant to skew towards one element or another so heavily.
So the Renans reformed it for the crown contest.
Sounds like the crazy thing a Renan would do.
Renans these days are more advanced than Danans in some ways, but even they don't seem capable of doing something on that grand a scale. Or is that something that's possible on Lenegis? Or maybe the Renan homeworld?
I can't claim to know everything about my own kind, but I myself have never seen anything that would be capable of such a drastic feat.
But at some point they did just that. Those are the sort of people we're up against. We should do our best not to forget that.
You're so amazing, Kisara. You can cook, you can fix weapons. I feel like there's practically nothing you can't do.
Maybe you should take a page out of her book and learn to make yourself more useful then.
I'd be happy to teach you if you want, Rinwell. I learned most everything I know from my brother.
Really? Even how to sew and do laundry?
Yes, indeed. He knew how to do anything.
Sounds like he was a pretty handy guy when he was alive.
He was. I'd always follow him around and badger him with questions. I was a real pain in the neck. Now that I think about it, he and Legil were the ones who taught me how to raise cats, too.
Legil is that woman who was with him in the Gold Dust Cats, right? I remember now. The one with the really pretty hair.
Funny you mention that. He also taught me how to maintain my hair. Not that those lessons stopped it from getting all tangled up during training.
I think it still looks gorgeous.
From what I can tell, it would appear as though the only thing he didn't manage to teach you was how to apply makeup.
No, but that didn't stop him from trying. He really wanted to teach me everything. Only reason he couldn't was because I prioritized my training.
And here I was trying to make a joke.
I can't tell if she's being serious. The only one here who knows him well enough was her.
Yeah, I guess only Miguel could have told us if it's actually true.
Alphen, have you been washing your clothes? It may not be my place to say this, but... frankly, they're starting to stink.
Now that you mention it, it has been a while since I did any laundry.
I'll wash them for you if you want. Just remember to give them to me the next time you get changed.
Oh, okay. Sure. Thanks, Kisara.
And, Law, Rinwell, yours are starting to look a bit ragged.
What do you expect? Of course they're going to tear up when we're out there fighting so much.
Yeah, but it's still kind of embarrassing, having it pointed out like this.
And Shion?
I wouldn't touch me if I were you.
Of course. My apologies. All I wanted to say was that your sleeves are getting a little bit dirty.
You don't need to worry so much, Kisara. It's only natural our clothes are gonna get a little dirty while we're traveling around.
That's no excuse. Your outward appearance says a lot about your inner well-being.
Now you've really set her off.
Suffice to say, it would appear that the traditions of the Guard are still alive and well within her.
What do you mean? What do the guardsmen do that's so special?
Mostly, I'm simply referring to the fact that they're a very regimented and cleanly group of people.
Do I really sound that weird to you guys? Keeping your clothes clean and mended is completely normal to me.
Don't get us wrong. We appreciate the thought, Kisara. But we've got a long journey ahead. It wouldn't hurt to relax your standards. Just a little.
If you're sure. I wasn't trying to overdo it, I promise. However, if it's making the rest of you tense, I'll do my best to tone it down from here on out. Still, if everyone could bring their laundry and clothes they want fixed, that'd be great. I'll take care of it all for you guys tonight.
Don't you ever get tired?
No choice.
Shattering of Sleep now. These ones can run rings around us.
You're finished.
Trip it up.
I'm not done! Megasonic thrust! Here! Eternal devastation!
Cover the caster!
Swallow dance! Here! All good things come to an end.
Raging cascade!
You're mine! Big blast!
Burning!
Could have been worse.
Somehow, things are even worse outside the city than...
This will be a delicious piece of cake!
Lightning dance! Take this!
Reload!
Glacier
Ludo
Spear!
Logo!
Pierce the Evo! Airborne beast! My specialty! Here goes!
Take this! Eat this!
Flying free!
Where are you
Why can't they
going?
just sit still?
Sion, can you take care of them?
No sooner said than done!
Sion!
Get toasty!
Bird strike!
Right, next one!
Already on it!
Double Demon Fang! Wind!
Eagle
Now!
assault!
Here I come!
Frozen!
Hammer!
A victory for the ages.
Hoo, hoo, hoo! Hoo, hoo, hoo!
Maybe something's going on in the forest.
It's on!
Dance to the wind! One more! Feel!
Ignite! You're mine!
I'm not so good with airborne targets. Do it! Sion, astral energy! Full throttle!
Nice. No scratches on my shield or my armor.
Do you sense one of your friends, Hootle?
Why didn't the Renans take advantage of all of these ruins around here? It seems like a missed opportunity.
Most likely because it would be inefficient for harvesting astral energy. That's what dictates the current positions of each realm's capital.
Plus, Renans are averse to using anything that belongs to the Danans.
No choice!
Resonate
Take
with
this!
you!
It's over! Double Demon Fang!
Annihilation!
On guard! Air pressure!
Your reflexes will not serve you well here.
It's over!
On guard!
Leave the ensnaring to me.
Yeah! And the pummeling to me!
No escape! Dragon Swarm!
Crescent
Damn it! Double Demon Fang! Dragon Swarm!
On guard!
Eternal devastation!
Begin!
Double
Your
Demon
blade
Fang!
moves like silk. I just let my instincts take over. How fascinating.
These little ones are hardly worth our time.
Easy peasy, huh, Hootle?
Retreat if you know what's good for you.
This one's mine!
Going in!
Hear me!
Double
Take
team back!
three! Burning strike!
This one's mine!
Dragon
If
Swarm!
it's in the sky, it's mine!
Look sharp! Take this!
Win!
Look sharp!
Pesky airborne scoundrel.
Totally! In an instant!
Impact block!
We work well together.
Like a finely timed
Double
waltz.
Demon
Look
Fang!
sharp!
By the power of water!
Dragon Swarm!
Elusive deity.
I'm gone! Here I go!
Take
This one's
this!
mine! Take this!
Double Demon Fang! Dragon Swarm!
This one's got your name on it!
Ashes to ashes.
Glacial Spear, pierce evil!
Look sharp!
Where are you going?
That's it! Tiger Blade! Make it rain!
Frozen?
Hammer!
Haha! Am I on a roll or what?
Well, look who's in a bright and shiny mood.
Retreat if you know what's good for you.
Flaming Needle!
Burn!
Pierce evil!
Tiger Blade!
Freeze Blade! Careful! It has some kind of camouflage!
You're mine!
Tiger Blade!
Lunar Roto!
This one's mine! On guard!
Flaming Thrust!
Field.
Stardust!
This one's
Lunar
mine!
Roto!
One more! Tiger Blade!
Rising Falcon! Demon Fang!
Damn it! Here, let me
This one's mine!
First aid! By the power of water! Annihilate!
Double Demon Fang!
One more!
It's time to finish this! Die! Consuming wildfire! Here's a healing orb!
Double Demon!
Why aren't you human?
Stop you down?
Right.
This one's mine!
Tornado Drive!
A thrilling performance.
On guard!
Lunar
Double
corruption!
Demon Fang! Dragon
By the
Swarm!
power of
Can't get out of this.
Magna Ray!
Dragon Swarm!
Annihilation!
This
Double
one's
Demon
mine!
Fang!
Here's a healing orb!
Elusive deity.
Severing
This isn't looking good.
Elusive deity. What in the world?
Don't worry.
I'm all right. I'm still standing.
Pathetic!
No!
Dragon Swarm!
That's it!
Astral Lord.
That's my cue!
Shut him. Sorry, but this fight ends here.
Now, Asuna!
Right!
From beyond, imbue this vanquished soul with love. Resuscitation.
This one's mine! An outstanding... I can't move!
On your knee. This one keeps charging us.
That's what my shield's for! Get behind me!
Got it! I'll leave it to you!
On guard! That's it!
Okay, here I go.
Tiger Blade!
I'm all stopped up!
Crescent
Double Demon Fang!
Searing flame!
Win!
Here, let me help!
Crescent Moon!
Rising Falcon!
Tiger Blade!
Elusive deity.
Teleport field!
Remote!
Astral energy!
Say no more.
Quite necessary when creating weaponry.
I'm getting pretty hungry.
Want to sit down and fix something?
Yep, the sooner the better.
Am I imagining things? Or are there a lot of big Zoogles in this area?
No, I noticed that too. There's plenty of food and water to go around here. For a Zoogle, this just might be paradise.
Great, that's exactly what I wanted to hear.
Judging by the stench, I'd say the animals at the ranch are all grown now.
There's something in the water. Opponent like this should be easy.
Dragon Form!
You're helping me as become a pattern.
It's for the good of all of us.
Is
It
it
can
now?
hide itself? Amazing!
This one's mine! Double Demon Tiger Dragon Form!
Hear me, please!
Double Demon Fang!
Gemini Aqua! Annihilation! Mega Ray!
Tiger Blade! Double Demon Fang! Dragon Form! Double Demon Fang! Tiger Blade! Tornado Drive!
Where are you going? On guard!
I'll thank you! Tiger Blade!
Healing Circle!
Okay, here I...
Did you just hear me?
Yes. We need you, remember?
Right.
Dragon Form!
Gemini Aqua!
This one's mine!
Mega Ray!
Elusive Deity! Look sharp! Crush! One more! Thanks! Eternal Devastation! Crush! Eternal Devastation!
Hear me, Flame of Fury!
Sorry, but this fight ends here!
Now, Asuna!
Right!
Dragon Form!
I'm coming down to something grave.
A chronic inability to read the room?
A malady your arts cannot fix.
Okay, here I go! Okay, here I go!
A charge like that could easily be fatal.
Just as well, I'm here to stop it.
One more left and I'll burn out!
I owe you one
Dragon
for that.
Form! Easter!
If it's in the sky, it's mine!
Double Demon Fang!
On guard! Will this help? Going
Win! Severing Wind!
Tiger Blade! First aid!
The enemy wields arts too.
We'll soon see about that!
Dragon Form!
This one's mine.
Double Demon Fang!
Tiger
Dragon
Blade!
Form!
Make it rain! This one's got your name on it!
To action.
So, fire and earth astral energy, huh?
A perfect combination.
An opponent like this should be easy.
This one's mine!
Going
Double
in.
Demon Fang!
One more.
Dragon Form!
On guard.
If it's in the sky, it's
Double
mine!
Demon Fang!
Annihilate!
All yours, Kisara.
We did it.
Magnificently
Win.
done.
Look sharp.
Luna Rongo! This one's all mine!
Stay calm. I shall provide assistance. Resonate with the earth.
One more!
Resonate with the earth. Yours are not the skills of just any warrior.
Save your compliments. We have to move.
Driven and talented.
This could be useful.
Take this!
Here's evil!
Tiger Dragon Swarm!
It's a duel of the arts!
Take it! This one's mine!
Here I ready!
Begin!
You got fires!
I've got this! Let him march and handle it!
All yours! Come one, come all!
Searing Flame! Reload!
Crush!
Annihilation!
Mega Sonic Crush!
Flame of Fury! Burning Strike!
Crush!
Make it rage!
Go for it!
Prepare to crumble!
Together, that wasn't even a problem. Who? 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 Who?
Mahag Sar, a land where the winds scar and the clouds stretch far.
Kisara? What is he doing?
Reciting a poem, apparently. Just let him be.
Way.
Resonate with the Demon Fang!
Stalagmite! Flame of Fury!
Dragon Swarm!
Strike! On guard!
Eternal Air Pressure!
Glacial Spear! Get behind me!
On your
Mega Sonic Thrust!
On guard!
Eternal Devastation! You're mine! You're
Here I
kidding!
go!
Make it rain!
Kisara! Commander of Heaven!
Phoenix Cyclone!
Did it!
Yeah! Nice technique!
Damn it! Too fast!
Stand back!
Check it out! Eternal Devastation! Crush!
Resonate with the Earth!
All mine!
Stalagmite! Burning this one! Glacial Spear! Here's evil!
Wind
Tiger
Pressure!
Flame! Freeze Lancer!
Looks like we won.
Retreat if you know what's good for you.
Go! Not on my watch!
And you take it.
Release one demon!
Double Demon
You
Fang!
take it.
Searing Flame! Reload!
Burn in hell!
Resurrection light.
Going in!
Lunar
In a bind.
Flying
Freak. Why can't they just sit still?
Shion, can you take care of them?
No sooner said than done!
Excellent technique. How are your weapons holding up? That's not to give me any ideas.
These little ones are hot.
Sorry, but this fight ends here! Go faster!
Now, Asuna!
Right! I'll heal you all!
Double Demon Fang! You're mine!
Healing Circle!
And just like that, I'm back in it. Start by holding the front line. No sooner said than done.
Arch Steel! Where are you going?
Tiger Blade!
Double Demon Fang!
Excited! Go!
I can carve through armor!
Mega Ray! On guard!
Calm.
Annihilation! Lightning! Tiger Ray!
Ignite!
Tornado Drive!
Double Demon Fang!
Healing
Dragon
Circle!
Swarm!
Back into the fray!
Crush!
Lightning Meteor! Power of water!
Stop!
Here I go!
You're mine!
Boom!
Begin! Double Demon Fang!
interrupted!
Here's a healing art.
Look sharp!
Eternal
Rotate with the
devastation!
earth! This one's mine! Tiger
Megan
blade!
Zone
In the
interrupt!
sky, it's
Air
mine.
pressure! Take this!
Look sharp!
This one's mine.
Air pressure!
I'll stop its charge!
Thanks, Kisara.
Going in!
Dragon
This
Form!
one's mine!
this!
By the
Double
power of
Demon
water!
Fang! Can you take it? Not today!
Damn it! Can't be happening!
You pay for that!
On guard!
Double Demon Fang!
From
That's
beyond,
it! Tiger blade!
from beyond,
On guard!
imbue this vanquished soul with life.
Tiger blade! Now you've gone and ticked me off!
What was I
An
thinking?
outstanding
Forgive me.
One more!
heal you all.
Tiger blade!
Healing
On guard!
I owe you one.
One more!
Glacier
Tiger
Spear.
blade!
Here's
Nothing
evil.
gets by me!
Freeze laser.
Peculiar taste.
Perfect move!
Heal!
Double down!
Denied! Going in! That's it! Tiger blade!
Dragon Swarm!
Elusive!
Use too much. I owe you one.
On guard!
Gemini Aqua.
One
On
more!
your knees.
Back into the
I'm all stuffed up!
Annihilation. Mega
Resonate with the earth. Stalagmite.
Lunar pollution. By the power of water. Searing flame. Reload.
Double distance! Double Demon Fang!
Do it! Blade!
Kisara! Commander of Heaven!
Phoenix Cyclone! Do you think we'll be okay to keep going?
I make no guarantees. That treasure. What a sweet-sounding ring it has.
You really think so?
No choice!
This one's
Double
mine.
Demon Fang!
Don't mind if I do. Lunar pollution. Gemini Aqua.
Burn!
Searing flame. Reload.
Double Demon Fang!
Can you take it?
Make it rain!
Go for it.
Prepare to crumble!
Think we overdid
Prepare
it?
to be sealed.
Double Demon
Not by a long
Actually,
shot!
that sounds more appropriate.
Less talking, more doing.
Tiger blade!
Dragon
Gemini
Form!
Aqua.
Begin! Elusive
Flame.
deity!
Reload.
No further!
Tiger blade!
Double Demon Fang! Dragon Swarm!
Elusive deity!
Here goes.
I'm ready!
Dohalim!
All yours, Kisara!
There! Flaming meteor!
Deity!
Dragon Swarm!
Hey, Poodle's quivering. I think we're about to be real lucky.
Who?
Maybe something's going on in the forest.
You guys want to rest here?
Is there a reason you're looking at me so intently?
Shion's kind of turned into the local fashion critic in our group.
So this is what lords like you wear. Certainly looks the part. I can tell at a glance what high quality everything is.
It's not often Shion's that impressed. You wear a lot of rings too, don't you?
They were a gift, purchased rather cheaply, or so I was told.
What's your definition of cheap, exactly?
I believe it was around 100 to 200,000 gold.
What? If my wolf head cost 10 gold, then that'd mean... Holy crap! They cost 1,000 times more?!
10,000 times more.
If he sold those things off, I bet he could build a damn mansion with them.
At the very least, he'd never go hungry the rest of his life.
You're all beginning to sound alarmingly interested in my rings.
Dohalim, your spare bracers were getting dirty, so I polished them up along with the rest of your equipment.
Why, thank you, Kisara. I greatly appreciate that.
Maybe it's just my imagination, but you sure seem to fuss over Dohalim a whole lot, Kisara.
It is a little strange. Almost like you're still in his service.
Really? That's certainly not my intention. Besides, he's not the only one I'm like that with. Hey, Law, I saw your clothes were starting to get holes in them, so I stitched them back up for you.
Oh, wow. Thanks, Kisara.
Point taken. Do you just like looking after people?
I wouldn't go so far as to say I like it, but I get anxious if I don't. I'd always like to help if I can. It comes naturally to me. Back in the day, Miguel and I used to look after the younger kids a lot, so that's probably where it comes from. He taught me everything I know, and I mean everything. How to cook with wild plants, how to sew clothes so they'll last. Without him, we never would have been able to survive.
However, you're not a lord anymore, Dohalim. You need to get used to the idea that people aren't just going to wait on you hand and foot.
Yes, you're absolutely right. I'm ashamed to admit that I felt no qualms about her doing all that for me. As both a Renan and especially as a lord, one becomes too accustomed to those beneath you tending to your every need, both Renans and Danans alike.
Sure, that's how all you Renans are probably raised. But just to be clear, we're not your servants, Dohalim. Got that?
Absolutely. Moments such as this provide me with ample opportunity to confront my unease. It is difficult to tend with my own motivations.
What do you mean?
The truth of the matter is that my espousal of coexistence in Menancia hardly came from an idealistic place. That instinctive unease I feel deep within serves as a reminder for what it is that all of us here fight for.
Don't be so hard on yourself. No one's going to abandon you if you aren't always perfect.
Looking at her now, I think she's more like his mom than his servant.
This looks perfect. Guaranteed to hit the spot.
Kisara, let's talk for a bit. Maintaining your shield? It's becoming a familiar sight.
Miguel was the one who taught me how to maintain my equipment after I first joined the Guard. Now, it's just a part of my routine.
Your brother always seems to come up whenever I talk to you.
That's because we had no other relatives, so it was just the two of us growing up. He was my idol, the one I looked up to and wanted to be like. When I became a guardsman, Lagiel wasn't too pleased to see me at first. It was Miguel who really welcomed me aboard.
Lagiel? Oh, right. She was Miguel's second in the Gold Dust Cats, wasn't she?
That's right. She's always been a very critical and down-to-earth person. In other words, the complete opposite of a dreamer like me.
You're more an idealist than some pie-in-the-sky dreamer.
Even so, that's my brother's doing. He'd never let me stop seeing a brighter world. He always did what he could to keep me smiling and happy.
You must have meant a lot to him.
He wasn't just kind, either. He always worked so hard to set an example for me and everyone else around him. He was a true big brother. So much so that when he thought I was asleep, he'd slip out of the house to go training on the outskirts of town.
You seem to know a lot about it.
That's because I only pretended to be asleep and would follow after him. You know what? I'm at a good stopping point with my shield. If you've got time, how about I tell you a couple more Miguel stories?
I guess I'd better get comfortable.
I'll take watch tonight. It's okay. Before we go, do you guys have everything?
Way!
On your
Gun! And again!
Going in!
Take the air pressure!
Tiger Blade!
Sighted! One more!
This one's mine! You want me? Come get me!
I'll face you!
Double Demon Fang!
I'm not done!
Perfect move!
You picked the wrong fight!
Tiger Blade!
Elusive deity! I'll
Double
face you!
Demon Fang!
Tornado drive! Elusive deity!
You're on! Wind!
Resonate with the earth!
Lunar
Make it
Rondo!
rain!
Go for it!
Prepare to crumble!
Think we overdid it?
Not by one!
Shield!
On your knees!
Mega Ray!
Air pressure!
Well then, I should probably think about tonight's menu. That's far enough!
Double Demon Fang!
You're mine!
Tiger
Be
Blade!
still! How about this?
Elusive deity!
Going in!
Hear me! Flaming meteor! Burning strike!
Right here! I got it!
Rising Falcon!
Freeze
Be
Lancer!
still!
Going in!
Rising Falcon!
This one's mine!
Double Demon
I'm
Fang!
gone! One more!
You're mine!
Flame of Jiggler! Tiger Blade!
I think we can get through this.
Don't let up until
I think
it's
the
over.
enemies get... Who said anything about letting off?
This one is mine!
Flaming
meteor!
It's on!
I'll save you! Take
Good
this!
shot!
Elusive
Here I
deity!
come! It's over!
Pierce the evil!
Resonate with the earth!
Freeze
Stalagmite!
Lancer!
On your knees!
Double Demon Fang!
Tiger Blade!
Well then, I should probably think about tonight's menu.
That's no ordinary enemy I see over there.
Right, here goes!
Mega Ray! Look sharp! By the power of blood in your dreams!
Look shot! Double Demon Fang! Dragon
Blade!
Swarm!
There!
You're mine!
Robocop shield!
Elusive deity!
I'm gone!
You pesky airborne scoundrels!
Sounds like a job for yours truly!
Dragon Swarm! Double Demon Fang!
The tide of battle has turned in our favor.
Then let's keep pressing the attack.
Indeed.
That's my cue!
Remain ever vigilant.
Shut him down!
I shall ensure you survive this.
Mega Sonic Thrust!
Going in!
Well, looky here!
You guys want to rest here?
This place gives me the creeps. You really think that Lord is hiding out here?
Be careful. The air is dense with astral energy. Something's not quite right about this place.
How are you able to pick up on all this stuff anyway? Is it something that all astral arts wielders can do?
I must admit, I'm curious myself. Perhaps her Danon bloodline has something to do with it.
Dohalim.
Apologies. I meant no disrespect.
Stay alert, everyone. There's a good chance that she already knows we're here.
Something feels odd here. Be on your guard. I suppose if you're a lord going into hiding, a forest is one place to turn.
We don't know for sure she's here. Keep looking.
There. Phew, what a rush. Guess I misread the landing.
Retreat if you know what's good for you.
Burn!
On guard!
Try harder!
By the power of water!
As it cools up, time to get out of the way.
Here I come! I'll take you all on! Dragon Lord!
Crescent into the shadows!
All back in their defenses!
Glad you have your uses.
I'll show you how useful.
Thanks, Kisara.
Look sharp!
You're finished! Double Demon! Dragon!
Let me help.
I'll thank you! Double Demon!
Why'd you kill me?
To stop you down?
Right.
Dragon
Do it!
Sword!
Look sharp!
Lightning Tiger Blade!
Searing
Double
flame!
Hold up. Is this as valuable as I think it is?
Leave the agile ones to me. I'll make you. Here I come! Flying freak! Why can't they just sit still?
Sion, can you take care of them?
No sooner said than done.
Dragon form! Come and face me! Crush!
An astral art?
That's my cue.
Shut him down!
Power of water!
Elusive deity! Eating fire can't get out of this! Double demon
Make it
fang!
rain!
Kisara! Commander of heaven!
Phoenix
Cyclone! Did it!
Yeah! Nice technique!
Double demon fang! Take this! Severing wind! Elusive demon fang! Be still! Start up!
Tiger blade!
Begin!
Make it rain!
Don't get careless.
For the hideout of a runaway lord, this place is a lot bigger than I was expecting.
Do you think she had it built with that in mind?
No. Personally, I think this used to be part of a Danon castle or fortress of some sort.
How can you tell?
For one thing, it doesn't look like a storehouse. For another, it's old and you can tell it was built to let people hole up inside of it.
Huh. I'll take your word for it. I don't know the first thing about brick. You know, I've always thought you were a smart little cookie, but damn, Rinwell, you really know your stuff.
It's no big deal. I've just read a lot of books is all.
If this is meant to be a castle, there wasn't much to it above ground. Are there such things as underground castles?
There probably used to be more of it above ground. That is, until 300 years ago.
So the main structure must have been lost during the time of the invasion, with only the underground part remaining. And then this lord decided to use it for her own purposes. Have I got that right?
But what reason could she have for using this place instead of staying back in her own castle?
That's what we're here to find out. Whatever it is, she's up to no good.
Right. It's all the more reason we need to hurry up and find her before it's too late.